Cage, a time of the week where we get to talk to the boys from Leading Edge Physiotherapy down there at 76A Kensington Road at Rose Park. Our next guest just flown in from overseas for this one.
Where's James been?
James, how are you?
Well, General, KG, how are we today?
Been away with
James,
the athletes.
Now, where have you been, James?
I've been in Germany, in Western Germany.
Oh, you've
Cage for the last 3 weeks, working hard, very
James.
hard,
Now, you're
every day,
talking to the
7
General
days a week.
KG, mate. It's a holiday. Germany and where?
Sorry, no, in Western Germany, in a place called Cologne.
Oh,
We've
Cologne.
been with the
Nice
track
spot
and field team. The guys have got a few meets leading up to Delhi,
Yep.
so they've been based there in Germany, and they can use that as a hub to drop off to various parts around Europe and do their thing, and off they go. So
What do you make of the Commonwealth
institute there.
Games?
Magnificent institute at in Cologne.
yeah,
It's a marvellous facility.
The sports school there's brilliant. Yeah.
What do you make of the Commonwealth Games in India, James?
It's difficult. I guess unless you're in India, you can't really
That's
tell
fair
exactly
call.
what's going on, because a lot of the press coming out of India is very, very positive, and a lot of the press from people outside of India is probably a little bit on the negative side. So a lot of our athletes and coaches are keen to go, but they're also quite cautious that could change very, very quickly depending on what news comes out. So
All right, while we're talking about news, let's get to one of the injuries that we see a lot of footballers strapped up with shoulders, tape everywhere coming into the finals, the AC joint. Where is the AC joint?
the AC joint's that little bit of bone on the point of the shoulder where the collarbone meets the point of the shoulder there, and that's held together by 3 small little ligaments. And you're right, we see it a lot in the footy boys. We also see it a lot in cyclists that come off the bike and land on the point of the shoulder as well. So they're the 2 main groups we see it in.
Would Water polo feature in the AC joint?
No, it's
more
predominantly
rotator cuff for them?
a lot of rotator cuff, a lot of impingement in polo.
Are they a painful injury?
Yeah, well, they can be depending
And
on
long?
depending on what grade they are. Yeah, because you've got your 3 little ligaments that hold them together, right? So if you do a grade 1 and you've just got a little tear in one of the ligaments, then you can usually get away with that with some good strapping and a bit of work. But if you blow all 3, then you're probably looking at surgery. And then if you go in between, then anything from 2 to 4 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. And we've had a couple over the last week or two with some of the boys that we look after. So I thought it was appropriate to maybe just send a little hope the boys are doing well, and we'll talk about it as well.
All right, while we're talking about it, how can the physio help? I mean, obviously, other than your blistering personality, I mean, there's going to be some treatment.
No, look, it's all about the funnies, mate. Look, you can't do anything. No, it's all jokes. So what we do is like any sprain or any injury, we'll ice it up to start with. We'll assess the grade of the injury, and sometimes we need the docs to help us there. I heard Doc earlier talking about the MRIs and whatnot, so quite often the x-rays for the AC joint can give you an idea of whether it's stepped up or a little bit stepped up, or whether it's located properly, and then after that we get into rehab, so reduce the pain, increase the strength around the area so that joint's quite stable and you get the muscles holding it together, and then off we go.
How do you injure it?
The most common,
talking about the fall off the bike.
The most common is the fall on the point of the shoulder. So you'll see the boys in the footy in particular, they'll get tackled and they'll have both arms pinged, and then they'll get dumped, and there's nowhere to put your hand out to stop yourself, and they just go bang onto the point of the shoulder. And if you get it on the wrong angle, then the joint just gets compressed and boom, it pops up. The other one is, you see it in the soccer goalkeepers from time to time. They'll go up to punch the ball and land on the shoulder. So again, point of the shoulder, very heavy bump will do it, or falling off the bike. And again, if you've got your hands on handlebars or your feet in stirrups, you can't always control how you land coming off the bike as well.
So if you do the 3, how long are you out for?
Well, if you have surgery, then you're looking at, depending on the surgeon and the extent of it, but you're looking at 4 to 6 weeks of sort of sling, gentle movements, and then you're looking at another 4 to 6 weeks of really